If you want to play Don't by Ed Sheeran with a full loop breakdown, then let's go. Ed is a brilliant looper and he doesn't hang about. This loop forms the basis of the whole song and it's important that you get it rhythmically accurate. Here's the tab of the loop. Play this loop once, capture the loop by pressing your loop pedal. So I call this loop 1 or the bass loop. Let's just hear it one more time. Notice the ghost notes, they're written as X's in that music you can see up there, but they're really important to get the groove going. So next, we're going to have a quick look at the overall structure of the song. As you can see, this song has 4 main loops. These 4 loops get played throughout the whole song. Ed actually records all 4 of these loops at the beginning of the song, so it's actually a relatively easy loop song to learn. This song would ideally be played on a looper with 4 tracks. If you don't have a looper with 4 tracks, wait to the end of the video and I've got some tips on how you can still play this song with a 1 or a 2 track looper. Now we're going to look at loop 2. This is loop 2 where Ed adds a kick and a snare to the song. So this is the tab for this loop. And you might have noticed that Ed actually starts this halfway through the first bar. However, you might find it easier to wait a little bit longer and play the whole loop over the 2 bars. Let's hear it one more time. You need to be really accurate when playing beats. It's really easy to lose time, and if you do, the song sounds terrible. I go on about this all the time, but it's really important that you put the hours into practice. You will get better and you will find your loops stay in time and sound awesome. Now let's look at loop 3. So hopefully you noticed that there are actually 3 loops that Ed plays in order, and here's the tab of the 3 guitar parts. Let's hear how they sound again. You may have noticed that Ed plays these 3 loops all quite tenderly. So a rule of thumb with looping is that looping tends to sound bad if you play all of your parts in the song at exactly the same volume. You need some quiet bits and you need some loud bits. Your looping pedal may have a control that allows you to bring the volume down of certain tracks. This track's one you'd probably want to bring down to about 80%. Just don't forget to reset the volume back to normal when you start your new song, otherwise you might have some unintended consequences. Now let's hear the next bit of the video, the secret sauce. So you notice that he sang it 4 times, the first 2 in medium range, the third one high and the 4th one low. Let's have a quick look at the notes. As I said earlier, he sings it 4 times through, twice mid-range, once high and once low. Let's just listen to that again. And then low. Record this over 2 bars, but my tip to you is to start the loop on beat 1 when you start singing the R at the beginning. What that allows you to do is when you're ready to bring this loop in during the chorus, you can start it immediately at the point you want it, you can stop it as well. So now on to playing the rest of the song. So after recording these parts, you've now got the whole song laid out. Broadly speaking, the verse you play loops 1 and 2, and in the chorus you play all 4 loops together. There are some points where Ed stops the beat to emphasize certain vocal phrases. This is classic hip hop producing, and it's totally awesome that Ed uses this in his live performances, and it's definitely something you can use in your own music to help it stand out. Let's check out how that sounds.
It's not like we were both on tour, we were staying on the same hotel floor and
Did you get that? Pretty awesome. He stopped the beat to emphasize the phrase and then he started it back in again. It's quite powerful and it sounds really good live. So you've now got the building blocks that you need for the whole song. You'll notice that Ed performs this song with effortless ease, and the secret to this is to practice. I believe you need to play any song through at least 10 times before you're ready to go live, and if you're not sure, another 10 after that as well. What you'll notice when you invest enough time in learning to play a song, you become an expert in that song. And as you'll notice from Ed, That's exactly how he performs. So my bonus tip for how to play this song if you have a looper with fewer than 4 tracks. We'll start off with a 2-track looper. Let's go. Here you can see how you can combine loops 1 bass and 2 percussion together and they become the first loop. Lose loop 3, the extra guitar. You can play that over the top, I think, and it will still sound pretty good. And then you use loop 2 or track 2 as your vocal track. So that's a really simple way that you can pretty much deliver the same kind of performance from a 2-track looper. In this example, it's the same as the 2-track looper where you combine loops 1 and loops 2 together because we're going to use the redo and the undo function. And what redo and undo function on most loop pedals do is they remember your last overdubbed bit. You press the undo button, which is normally holding down your pedal for a couple of seconds, and that undoes the recording. And then when you're ready to put it back in again, you hold the looper down. Getting the timing right of hitting redo will be quite tricky. The other alternative is that you ask the audience to sing the vocal part, which might be fun too. Playing looping songs is a really fun activity, but there are a bunch of other skills from Ed that you need to know, and you can catch them by watching this video here.